You're watching Bloomberg UTV.
This week on the Autocar Show, we bring you an exclusive test drive of Renault's new sedan for India, the Fluence. We bring you all the latest launches and the news from the Paris Motor Show.
Renault is all set to go solo in the Indian market, and they're bringing in a car to take on the likes of Honda Civic, Toyota's Corolla, and Skoda's Laura. Well, this is the Renault Fluence. Is it up to the job? Well, we've been driving around all morning to figure that out.
In terms of styling, the Fluence is an impressive number. The headlamps sweep back to the squared and flared wheel arches. Two strong ridges flow from the hood to the A-pillar. The front has a high brow feel to it. As a result, the Fluence ends up with a bold, handsome face that stands out from the crowd. Viewed in profile, the wheel arches and the tapering roofline give the Fluence a sporty look. Its stance also adds a lot of athleticism as it has a long wheelbase. The rear isn't the Fluence's best angle. It looks solid and a bit heavy, just not very handsome. Still, it is an all-new, more upmarket image for Renault in India.
In India, thanks to the Logan, the Renault name is now thought of as a no-frills brand, but the exterior of the Fluence is definitely extremely smart and attractive. But can the interiors match up to that?
As soon as you get inside, a smart, chunky-looking steering wheel falls to hand. Behind that sit a set of chrome-ringed, simple instruments. The smooth, fluid dash is crowned by an attention-grabbing screen. Other than the navigation maps, it also displays the multimedia information. The music system has a CD input, auxiliary in, and MP3 options. There is also a dual-zone climate control on offer here. The Fluence also came with powered mirrors, also power windows, and a buzzer-type parking sensor. The interiors on the European spec Fluence we were driving were a bit on the plain side. The plastics lacked the soft touch feel. For the Indian market, the Fluence will need a more plush, upmarket feel to take on the cars in this class.
There's absolutely no skimping when it comes to the back seat. It's a very comfortable place to be in.
The long wheelbase does wonders for passenger comfort, and there's ample knee room. The plush seats also help you in settling into the back seat. The Fluence also has a healthy 530 liters of boot space for all your luggage when you hit the road.
The diesel motor in the Fluence is a very familiar one. This is the same 1.5 DCI that we've seen in the Logan, but there are some very important differences.
The first thing is that the Fluence feels a lot more refined. There's a lot of sound deadening, making a world of a difference. And the second thing is, there's a bigger turbo, which means the Fluence comes with 105 bhp of power. That is rather promising. Peak torque in the European spec version is 24.2 kgm from 2000 rpm. And of course, it comes with a 6-speed manual gearbox. But this engine is small for this size of car, and you can feel this when driving around.
The thing about having a bigger turbo is that you get more turbo lag. So under 2200 rpm, you feel like there's very little power. So in city traffic conditions, you reach out for the gear lever to shift down and get going. Which means Renault, before bringing it down to India, need to tweak it for the Indian road.
On open roads, the Fluence feels much better. It feels relaxed cruising down the highway. Triple-digit speeds are effortless. Though if you push hard, the engine drone becomes a bit obtrusive. If enthusiastic driving is your thing, then the Fluence might not be up your alley.
The steering on the Fluence is electrically powered. It's light, city-centric. It gives decent road feel, but it's overall not something that enthusiasts will be thrilled about.
The McPherson strut front and twist beam setup at the rear is set on the softer side. The Fluence rides on wide 205/55 R17 tires. Despite that, going barreling around corners isn't thrilling. But the Fluence has its focus on keeping you comfortable and unruffled as you go about the daily grind.
Ride quality on the Fluence is really quite good. On smooth roads, it feels nice, soft and supple. So some potholes, it does well over those as well. So you have really rough roads that you'll find the Fluence bumping or thudding around.
But that's only to be expected. Renault will surely tweak the suspension for the tough Indian roads, and that might add a bit of firmness and control to the Fluence's ride. We'll find out when Renault launches the Fluence here in April 2011.
Renault Fluence has a big task ahead of it in India, but in many respects it is coming quite well prepared. It's got the presence, it's got the appeal, it's got great space and comfort too. Of course, the diesel engine is a big bonus, but Renault has to fine-tune the car before it comes to India. The motor has to be more drivable to suit Indian urban conditions, and the interiors need to be more luxurious. With all that, it should be all set up to take on the Indian competition.